Okay, Cancer. Alright, so hold on one second. I was meditating with your sign, and I heard it's not always your first thought. And I saw the typical, you know, the animal, the crab that represents Cancer, moving back and forth and then stopping right where the waves meet the sand. And I thought, wow, that's, you know, what are they stopping for? And it's like you want the waves to like take you, and like it got deep with you. And with you representing a lot about the moon along with Pisces and Scorpio, really, I think being a water sign myself, it just, we go into this, I don't know, we go into this, it's like, whatever it is, there's no words for it because it's that connected. It's like I was a grain of sand watching you go back and forth. So the moon is in Pisces right now, along with Mercury and Venus, I believe, if I looked at it right this morning. I haven't been looking a lot at the planets today because I just have been so much. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And we're going to get into that because that's also what I felt. In a way of, you know, it's kind of this feeling of, I ain't got shit coming in. Like, everything's going out. And you want to kind of go with it, with the waves. So, okay, I'm just going to shut up and play this song that reminded me of you as soon as I find my phone. Here it is. Here we go. It's called, I'd never heard it before, I don't think. Maybe on the radio like years ago. Blue October Into the Ocean. Here we go. Cancer.
I'm just a normal boy that sank when I fell overboard. My ship would leave the country, but I'd rather swim ashore without a life that's sadly stuck again. Wish I was much more masculine. Maybe then I could learn to swim like 18 miles away. Now floating up and down, I spend the light into sound like waves beneath me diving down. I'm sinking to the bottom of my everything.
Queen of Wands. Yeah. I'll point the camera down and go more in depth. Five of Cups falling out after the Queen of Wands. Page of Wands in reverse. Eight of Pentacles, the Star, the Six of Wands. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right there. Nine of Wands. Check, Cancer. I'm going to do one more and then I'll look at the bottom of the deck.
Now waking to the sun, I calculate
There we go. 3 of Wands. It looks good. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the bottom of the deck. No, one more. Aries season, you want to swim away, don't know how. However, Aries season is going to bring that out. You're not going to feel like you're falling into the ocean for long. Uranus is slow moving, and it's in Taurus, which is a fixed sign. And, you know, Uranus moves a lot like Taurus. However, it doesn't really care like how you feel about it. So it can be rough. So, yeah. It can be rough. Queen of Swords, the bottom of the deck. But I also feel this like, oh well, who cares? Because there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there are things you can do about it. You can come up with new ideas. You can sit in that and know that there's something coming. That's what I see with that. And I'm going to point the camera down and tell you more about these cards. And really thank you for this. Like, at first it was weird because I've been kind of just going off what I feel as far as who to what sign, you know, to upload. And I started with Capricorn, and then I was like, no, there's a lot of Pisces, the moon, but then I was thinking about you on the beach the whole time. You know, that line where the water meets the sand, and I was watching you sit still and stop and look. And you didn't like some of the stuff that you felt like you weren't capable of doing. Like, you were like, why does Pisces get to be the ocean? You know, why does Scorpio hide? And I have to be out here all the time going back and forth, all the time, back and forth. Well, you do that for us. That's what you do. You are the moon. You know when it's time to not shine. That's the good thing about Cancer. Sometimes I've noticed a lot of Cancers, they're very, they seem like they're detached. But that's because they're always loving. Loving, and the mood goes back and forth just like them. And I think that they have to constantly balance that. So if you're cross-watching, which I just felt like somebody might be, so when you see a Cancer doing that, like, it really is not personal. You know, if it's personal, they'll let you know, like, hey, this is towards you. Like, they just do it. Like, I've just noticed. And I've had a lot of Cancer in my life through my whole life. My mother, I mean, it goes on and on. So, a lot of Cancer. So anyway, and I'm attracted to Cancer as friends and lovers. So it's, you know, so that they come to me because I'm Scorpio and I go to them. So they're usually the only ones that can really understand. So, all right, I'm going to point the camera down and I will be right back. Cancer. I have returned, Cancer. And, I had to sage, like, a little bit. You see smoke? Because, don't worry, it's actually really beautiful because I'm going to raise your vibration. So, I hope you let me do that right now as I give you this beautiful, like, in-depth on a couple cards. Like, you might have maybe one of the best reads I've done this, you know, so far. I hope there's not too bad of a reflection. A little bit. But this is the Deviant Moon deck. If you want to look at the cards, you know, on, like, pictures of them, you know, if you search them. But it's the Deviant Moon deck, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I love using it with water signs. That could change, but right now it's working great. So let's get straight to it. Ace of Pentacles. I think you're worried about your wealth and you're letting money problems make your thoughts. I just, I want to share with you before I get to this Queen of Wands, who is totally you, 100% you. And I feel this after the read, before it, and during. But I write down, like I use a little notebook and I go through the cards, and especially with this deck being newer, I look at how he looks at them and then add it to the rest of the spread the way I see it go together. So by me being a teacher, I'm also a student, and I wanted to share that with you today because I was watching something on an inspirational speaker. I'm not going to say his name because he's so hated. Maybe he's not as bad as I think, and he said that, and I don't want to get in the controversy of it, so I don't want to drop names unless, whatever. So, but he said that, he was like, by teaching what, and learning at the same time what I'm teaching, it never hurts to go deeper and just investigate. And it has something that statement has something to do with the Seven of Swords. Okay, I'm sorry. It's going to be a minute because this is a lot. Like, you're getting some kind of fantastic read because I totally channeled. And just totally. And when I say totally, not Valley Girl totally, I mean like totality went with you. I was with you. I was next to this crap, so to speak. Queen of Wands, people love you because of your sincerity. Aries season says use your full energy to enjoy the movement. You are fully supplied. With this Five of Cups, because your subconscious is sick. You've like stored these thoughts in your subconscious. You're feeling further and further away from, I think, basically these two cups. Because the Page of Wands in reverse. You're naturally witty and attractive, but you feel so lost. This in the book referred to as dim-witted. Because the Eight of Pentacles, and usually I would think, well, you're working on new, there's a lot of death and rebirth here. So, because of the number 8. However, I think you're seeking perfection instead of guidance, instead of raising your vibration to a star quality. And also, I think that the star represents me as your reader. So I want to tell you the story of why, when I paused and was writing, and how the star card is so important in this, and how I want to talk about that connection where I said I was walking with you like a crab I was walking next to the crab. Actually, I stood still with them, to be exact, because this Cancer, Sun, and Moon person, also Mercury and Cancer, just walked in while I was studying your spread. And I was about right here. And they were sharing something personal. I just all of a sudden saw nothing but love, like on them, inside and out. And then I saw like these, I don't know what kind of soul-sucking sons of bitches, as they like to say. Excuse my language, but that's just what it is. They're soul-sucking son of bitches. That's how we say it in the country. So if you don't understand that, what I'm saying with my accent and those words, it's like people that are low vibrating. And I don't think they try to pull you down, but they are taking. So these people also, they're teaching you wonderful lessons. So I think that star is me giving you this information that yes, they are soul suckers. Yes, they do vibrate low, but they are human too, and they are teaching you. So what I'm doing right now is, by saying that, I'm sending healing. And when I was doing this, I began to cry a little, because then I remembered that love is always the answer. And I saw that love inside of that Cancer, Sun, Moon, Mercury. Also, Cancer in the 12th house, you know. But I think this, I believe this is me connecting with Spirit to send you this healing, to see that the maiden sits on the shore, you know, passionate, pouring water on you, for you, where you are waiting. 7 stars shine behind her, bringing hope to the lands below, assuring you that I see these visions of your true emotions, because the 6 of Wands represents grand metamorphosis. This new being, this new person, after this is shared. Like, it's like, after this reading, work on your thoughts. And I promise you, I'm strongly suggesting, damn near telling it. Because I just see it all over. It's like there's so much love that it's hard to think and express, especially in this Aries season, because this being victoriously emerges from this flower bud that, like, beneath this light, this light, it's like a moonlit flower bud. You are honor. And this is, it's your honor with this new moon in Aries. The 9 of Wands. This is my favorite card in the deck. I'm going to show it to you up close. Oop. Oopsies. Hold on. This is whole, I got a whole thing here. Hold on 1 second. Let me exit out all the stuff that popped up. Oh, goodness. Okay, sorry about that. Extra long read. 9 of Wands is my favorite card. Turn around and pick up that lit wand. Walk up the steps and light all of these wands that are not lit. There's no fire on them. Because the 9 represents just before 10, which is all, which is the number to seek. When you're sick, a doctor will say, what's your pain on a scale from 1 to 10? You say, it's 10, it's 10. Well, it takes many numbers to get to 10. So 9 is right underneath of it. So turn around, pick up that lit wand, walk up those steps, and light all of these. There's 8 of them. Also, 8 here represents death and rebirth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Some of these might not stay lit, but that's all right. Because with the 3 of Wands, you've committed to walking up these steps with this to this grassy hill to await what you've put fire to. You reflect on this journey with the moon in Pisces. There's that moon shining down on those things. Your thoughts are more positive, so it brings more patience. 7 of Swords. If you make a poor attempt and not say what's on your mind or do what is being, asked of you from this star, like basically if you don't change your thoughts, and you could look at this as me as your tarot reader, or I've connected with the divine to give this to you. Like if you don't say what's on your mind with this balance and skill that you embody with the Queen of Wands, you embody all the negative thoughts of being swallowed by the waves, where the crab sat. You may feel like you're being swallowed by the waves, or you want to be swallowed by the waves, but it's not the answer. Because the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you will feel alone in all this fiery wand energy. Her heart is torn by the events. I've got sage going everywhere. Like 3 different spots, like a triangle around me. I dropped some ashes of it above me. Sorry about that. Her heart is torn. That's how it's depicted in the book, The Queen of Swords. Her heart is torn by the events around her as blood drips from her sword. So carry that match up the steps with your burdens and embrace all of the fires going on around you with this Aries fiery season. You are truly the Queen of Wands. Everyone around you sees it. But Cancer, you gave me good thoughts. Just because of all the love you give, I have seen past the stereotype of the moody crab that is emotional and sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're a man. Don't worry about what they think, because you are beautiful. This embodiment of the Queen of Wands will also help others, and I wrote that down. So you've helped me help others. Thank you so much, Cancer. It was a little long, but I feel you needed it. So we will talk soon. Please hit like, subscribe, and feel free to comment below anything you'd like to share and get off your chest. I understand, and I would love to reply and respond. And love to do it while I can, while I have 90 and hopefully climbing subscribers. But while I do have a small one, if it doesn't go anywhere, I can stay connected no matter what. So thank you so much, Cancer. I'll talk to you soon.